Ian Wallace is here with us, and we'll just tell you about Ian. He's a professional dream psychologist. He's analysed over 100,000 dreams throughout his career so far, including the dreams of many celebrities. Ian believes exploring our dreams is the most powerful way to understand what we want out of life and helps us to achieve it. How do you get a gig like this, by the way? I mean, what would you put on your passport or tell your careers officer when you were at school? I want to be a dream analyst.
I've always been fascinated by dreams ever since I was tiny. And those are my first memories of dreams. So I always wanted to do something with dreams.
Yeah.
And the only professional way into it is to be a psychologist.
Right, so you're a psychologist.
So I studied psychology. Yes.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, I must tell you, Ian, that I have met you before because you were on Chris's show a few months back. And we thought you were so good, it might be nice to ask you back because we got so many nutters in our office. And what they've done is they've written down, and we've had to take out the names. Some of it's so mad. And I thought it might be a nice idea for you to analyse people in our office. Maybe some are on the air, maybe some aren't. And some are working on the production staff, and you can tell us if we're loopy or not. What do you think?
I will do. That sounds great.
Can I just ask one question first, though, before you do that?
Sure.
Sorry. When did we start to analyse dreams? I mean, when did we say, yes, we can analyse dreams, they indicate this, or they may indicate that? Whereas, surely for centuries, people just thought, oh, there's just random thoughts that we have when we're asleep.
That's a fantastic question, Tim. So a lot of people think that dream analysis started with Freud over 100 years ago with interpretation of dreams, 1899. But people actually started interpreting dreams. The earliest dream records are from 32,000 years ago in cave paintings in the Ardèche region of France. Wow. So we've been doing this for tens of thousands of years.
What do you think the purpose of dreaming might be, Ian? And also, some people say, oh, I don't dream. They're talking nonsense, aren't they?
I'll answer that in reverse order.
Okay. In reverse order would be fine, Ian. Go ahead.
Everyone dreams. Some people who maybe have congenital brain condition or a brain injury can't actually dream. But everyone dreams. People just don't remember their dreams. And why do we dream? The purpose of dreams are to remember who we are. Because very often we forget who we are. We lose our identity.
When we're asleep, you mean?
Just in everyday life, we tend to negotiate our identities with the people around us. So to find the true person, then we can look at our dreams and see who we really are and what we really want in life and how to connect with that.
Is that so important then? How can we encourage ourselves to be able to remember? Is there a way of triggering that memory to come back maybe when you very first wake up?
There are a number of things you can do. It starts off when you go to sleep at night, just as your head hits the pillow, just to say, tonight I'm going to remember some of a dream. And you don't have to remember the whole thing, just an image from it or just a feeling. And the key thing when you wake up in the morning is just not to move your body, just to physically stay very still. As soon as you start to move, the dream will fade. So stay still, just try and get the feeling back and you'll get some images coming back from the dream.
Really?
Oh, that is interesting, because I was going to say, you know that moment when you wake up in the middle of a lovely dream and you want to go back to sleep and get straight back into that, that's not possible, is it?
It is possible, Tim, but the key thing is not to move, because usually you might move around a bit or look at the clock or do something, think, well, what time it is, but you just have to...
Really? You can get back in?
You can get straight back into the dream.
Straight to the last scene, or maybe you're slightly further ahead?
Well, you can skip ahead, you can do a bit of fast forward.
It's like life on Mars.
Yeah. We're talking with Ian Wallace. He's the dream expert. He's analysed over 100,000 dreams, probably more. Some of the most common dreams range from our teeth falling out, being unprepared for an exam, to being chased and falling from a great height. Flying, of course, is a common one. Ian has also translated very specific dreams, including walking around cities with no shoes on. I know some people do that in real life. As well as one featuring a talking bee and a robot elephant. Now, some of the dreams from the Radio 2 office. Well, I tell you what, let's take a break and play a couple of appropriate corny songs. You'll like these because they're about dreams. And then we'll come back and decipher some dreams from people in the Radio 2 office. And also maybe yours, Janie, maybe yours, Tim?
Maybe, yeah.
Ian Wallace, be right back. Don't go away. You're on Steve Wright in the afternoon. So we're back here with Ian Wallace, and he's a dream expert. And these are some dreams from people in our office and some of the wider Radio 2 offices. There's a large tank full of water inside a building. I won't say who this is from. In the tank is an outcrop of rock, like you get in animal enclosures at the zoo. Part of the rock is in water and part is above the water. Standing on the rock is a white goat. I get into the tank with the goat, and then we swim in the water and the goat begins talking to me. But then he stops talking to me when we get out of the water or if I get out of the tank. Talking goat. So what do you think, Ian?
We very often dream about animals. They represent our animal instincts and our unconscious. So anything to do with water is about our emotions and our feelings. So anyone who dreams about a tank of water is very keen to contain their emotions. They won't feel very emotional or appear very emotional on the outside. If it's in a building, it's probably something to do at work. So they're containing their emotions at work. And there's a rock outcrop. There's something they're very certain about. And the white goat, white is a colour of spirituality, moving forward, and a goat is about getting what you want. It's about being really assertive and sometimes quite aggressive. So this person channels their emotions but does it very, very discreetly.
Right.
And when they're doing that, then they're actually really connecting with themselves and really getting to where they need to be.
What's the significance of it talking?
The talking is them expressing what their real needs are.
Oh, that's their inner selves,
Yeah,
as it
and
were.
trying to assert their real need.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's really interesting because when you're doing this, you're taking stuff very literally.
Yes.
Is that how we should always do it with a dream then? You know, you said it's a rock, which means they're certain about something. They're contained, their feelings are contained. So is that something that we can always do with dreams, is actually look for where it connects literally?
Absolutely, Janie. That's exactly what happens in a dream. A dream is the language of the unconscious, and that language is always to do with imagery and metaphor, and also to do with words. Dreams speak a lot in puns, or homophones, as we psychologists call them. So a classic celebrity dream from a few years ago was the Faye Dunaway dream. All these celebrities would keep dreaming about Faye Dunaway, and their interpretation of it is what they'd appear in a movie with Faye Dunaway. But actually, Faye Dunaway sounds the same as fading away. So they were very conscious that their career might be fading away. Really? It's really fascinating because in the past few years, Faye, unfortunately, has been replaced by Simon Cowell. He's the #1 character in celebrity dreams.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
that signify then?
Simon Cowell is a judge of talent.
Yes.
So people are judging their own talent and trying to see what their level of
You're
confidence
not through
is.
to the final in life.
Exactly.
See, that's interesting because Sir Alex Ferguson crops up a lot in mine, and I'm not even a Man United fan.
Right.
Should I dare ask?
He's a powerful man that manages to coordinate a whole number of needs and how those are expressed. So there's something in your waking life, Tim, where you're trying to coalesce all the things that you want to do in life and have it all moving in the same direction to achieve some sort of personal goal. That's where it's heading
But
to.
what about when people in dreams are so completely different to how they are in real life? Like, I've had dreams where I've been in a relationship with somebody who in real life, excuse me, die first.
Maybe I could tie it in with my one, which I will reveal. Not that anyone cares anyway. I'm in London, which is my city, obviously, and I'm attracted to the River Thames and or the sea. But all the monuments and the sea and the Thames is unfamiliar to me. So I don't know how similar that is to Janie, because you were talking about unfamiliarity, somebody who's not quite the same or you don't really know.
Somebody who's completely different, like in your dream, you're very, very attracted to them, but in real life, you really are not.
Are they two different things?
They're exactly the same thing. So this idea of dreams being the language of the unconscious, then even just now as we are sitting here and we're rationally and critically processing stuff, we're absorbing huge amounts of information that we can't process rationally. So it just goes into our unconscious and then comes out in the dream. So in your dream, Janie, there's something about that person that is reflecting a quality that you'd like to express but are unable to in waking life somehow. And in your dream, Steve, the water in the Thames and the sea and things being out of context and a bit unfamiliar shows that you need to use your instincts and your feelings to move ahead in life, but that sometimes feels a bit unfamiliar to a rational and logical man like you.
Tim, why don't you do the teeth one from somebody in the office?
Okay, this is from somebody else in the Radio 2 office. They say, I have 2 teeth dreams. Firstly, a recurring dream whereby I'm still wearing my brace plate that I had when I was about 12. I then realise that I don't need to be wearing it anymore, so I throw it away. Secondly, I have the wiggly tooth dream where my adult teeth are all coming out.
Teeth is the #2 dream. People dream about their teeth falling out all the time. So again, Janie, just going back to the literal interpretation of that, between the ages of 6 and 12, our teeth actually do fall out. We lose our deciduous teeth. And during that time, we are trying to negotiate our power in relationships. We're losing our confidence. We're trying to be a bit more assertive. So when we lose our teeth, it's all about our confidence. We're losing confidence in some way. So a wiggly tooth falling out, there's something that's happened during the day that's making us lose our confidence and making us quite shy.
Yeah.
The brace plate is trying to appear calmly confident. So everything's lined up, everything's smooth. And that will relate back to something that happened in the dreamer's life when they were 12. There's some life lesson they were learning then, and they're being confronted with that again in adult life. And they need to move beyond that.
Ian Wallace is here. He's a dream expert. I don't know if you saw the Brits earlier this week, but Florence of Florence and the Machine, Florence Welsh, came on our show on Monday. We didn't know we were going to be talking to you at this point, but she revealed a dream just on the off chance, and here it is.
I had this really weird dream that I arrived at the Brits early in my pyjamas, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're here too soon, quick, take this back exit. But the back exit actually led out onto the red carpet, so I was running down the red carpet the wrong way in my pyjamas, like no, don't look at me.
That's Florence Welsh of Florence and the Machine arriving at the Brits, she said, in her dream, backwards on the red carpet in her pyjamas.
Yes. So this is a fantastic dream. And when we dream about anything to do with our clothes, dreaming about pyjamas is how we present ourselves to people. So with Florence, she presents herself in a very comfortable way, in a very aware way. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens when we have people with pyjamas. The Brits are her being formally recognised for her talents.
And she was in the end.
And she was. But also she feels a bit shy and bashful about that. So that's why she's going in the back door. She feels that somehow she is not worthy of that accolade. But then she gets out onto the red carpet and realises this path towards her own talents there.
Listen, that was brilliant. We could have you in like every week and it wouldn't be enough. Ian Wallace is a dream expert. He's a professional dream psychologist. Hope to see you again. Maybe come back in the summer, do some more.
I'd be delighted.
OK, Ian Wallace, everybody. Thank you very much.